All right, I'm Peter, and you may have seen ads or information about credit boosters, and you've been wondering, who are they for? Is this something that might be able to benefit me and something I can use to increase my score? So if you're focused on that and thinking about credit boosters, I thought maybe I'd give you a little bit of the backstory to them and explain how they work and who they are for. So I'm going to talk about a couple of specific vendors today, and this is in no way a recommendation, and I definitely suggest you go out there and look at these things yourself, make sure that the pricing and the eligibility and the details are accurate at the time that you are considering them so that they work for you. So there are things that you can do to boost your score, but maybe there are some people who are being left out of the credit game, and oftentimes those are people that don't have much credit history, or what we like to call a thin credit file. They're usually the people that are not really able to have a lot of options. Maybe they have a low score, and they're not able to easily access credit to improve their score, to show that they're a solid person to lend to. Experian and FICO wanted to create a tool that was going to help people improve their scores, especially those who have that thin credit file, or people who are just starting out. And it's also a way that they can start offering products to people that weren't able to get access to them before. Now, the tools that I'm going to talk about are meant to help boost your score and move you forward toward getting better deals and better rates. But they're mainly for those who are in this sort of pink section here on the credit score range. Those people that have scores that are much lower, more like the 500s or the 600s or even a little bit lower. Those are the ones that are going to benefit most from what we're going to talk about. So let's jump right in and focus on these two products. And the first one on the list that I want to discuss is Experian Boost, which is quite popular and advertised a lot. This was actually launched in 2019, and Experian is a credit bureau. And so you have a credit report that you can get from Experian, and then there are credit scores based on that Experian credit report that lenders use to decide if you're going to get a loan or not, and what rate you are going to get if you are approved for the loan. And this service that they have is a free service, and it's essentially there to help boost your score, just as the name says. What you do is you sign up for the service, and you are able to connect your bank account to Experian, and it will scan your transactions that you elect to have it look at, mainly your utilities that you wanted it to include. So you get to choose which ones that it looks at. So you want to pick ones that you are paying every month and have a nice history of making on-time payments with, because you want it to count positively towards your score. And so you'll have it look at those specific bills that you're paying, and this will give you an ability to boost your score. So who's going to benefit most from this? When Experian rolled this out, they're thinking that it's going to benefit potentially 100 million people. And so almost a third of Americans are now going to get some sort of benefit from this. You can see in the middle here, 75% of consumers who started with a score below 680 saw an improvement in their score, and the average point jump that they've seen so far is 13 points. So that may not sound like a lot, but imagine if you were straddling a break point between a fair score and a good score. This would be a very nice thing to just hook up to your bank account. You don't have to do anything differently, and it's going to boost your score. Now, one key point is that it's only going to impact scores that are generated from an Experian credit report. So you want to make sure that a lender is using the Experian report, but it's a great way to boost your score a little bit without having to really change much of what you're doing. And you're getting credit for some things that maybe you're already paying for on time. The second product out there is called UltraFICO. And UltraFICO is a similar type of product. It's actually done in partnership with Experian. And this is the same deal. You can sign up. It's an opt-in part of your FICO score, and you link your bank accounts, and you allow it to scan your transactions, similar to Experian. In your checking account or your savings account or whatever you're using on a regular basis to pay your bills, they'll want to see that you have a balance in there. They'll want to see that you're avoiding a negative balance and that you're paying your bills regularly over time. Now, what's nice about this is that UltraFICO is essentially linked to your FICO score, but it's an additional score or a separate score on top of your FICO score. So if you go to a lender and you apply for a loan and you have them look at your FICO score, this UltraFICO score, if a lender has agreed to look at it, is a secondary type of score. It gives you a second try. So if you apply for a loan, they give you a rate and you think you can do better. If you're signed up for this and they're agreeing to use it, you can see if they'd be willing to use the UltraFICO score to reconsider the terms of your loan. And it does not count as an additional pull on your credit report, but it allows you to basically get potentially a higher score and a better deal on loans that you might be taking. So this works with the Experian credit report. It's a separate product, but they go hand in hand in a lot of ways because they're both doing this and allowing you to get this boost. Now, you won't be able to see what your UltraFICO score is, just like your regular FICO score, unless you're turned down by the lender. And then they have to provide you with this information. But that's the only bummer here, is that you can't see your score boosting up over time. But you know that with both of these, it can really only go up. But sometimes your UltraFICO score and your FICO score might be the same if it's not getting that boost. Now, it's not going to be looking at behaviors that are negative, bringing down your score. They're just here to help boost your score, which is really nice for you as a consumer. We've talked about Experian Boost and UltraFICO, which are free programs. You can sign up for them, link your bank accounts, and get credit for your good payment behavior, especially on utility payments. So hopefully now you'll get credit for all those on-time payments. I hope you've gotten some nice takeaways here, understand the products a little bit more. There are some similar products available from TransUnion and Equifax, which are the other credit bureaus, so you can take a look at those too. They work in very similar ways. But between Experian Boost and the services from the other bureaus and UltraFICO, you just might be able to get a little boost in your credit score that you need to help make a big difference in getting you either approved or getting the rates that you are looking for. So I hope that helps you in your financial journey. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you later.